Record.
There you go. I can see it now.
All right. Movie club is back, boys and girls,
We're in it to win it.
lady and gents,
Heck, dogs and cats.
Hank and cats.
Hey,
Anyway, cool.
what's up?
So I'm good.
Rainmaker.
Rainmaker, 1997, right? I was thinking about this when I was watching the movie. Do you remember Rounders, the movie, the poker movie that we watched?
Yeah.
I think that was either after Rainmaker or before Rainmaker.
It had Matt Damon in it, so
Yeah. So Matt Damon was either playing Rainmaker before or after Rounders. So
yeah. I mean, it was a young Matt Damon, so it makes sense, you know.
mm-hmm.
I thought his performance was pretty good as usual. He really kind of I think sells at every performance. He had an accent. The accent was kind of weird. I didn't really like his accent. I don't think it really fit too much in the movie, but his performance was, it was pretty good.
It's a southern accent. I'm not gonna argue with that. It's a good accent. I think. I don't know what you think.
I don't know. I thought it was it just kind of came off a little too forced. It wasn't as natural.
Mm-hmm.
You know.
Mm-hmm.
And then oh my gosh, so I'm gonna tell you, I'll add this in the things I didn't like about the movie,
All
but
right,
overall,
hit me.
you want me to just go into it?
Go. Why not?
Oh my gosh, that fight scene was the worst thing I've ever seen. Did you
I know
see it? How bad it was?
Yeah, like the refrigerator dropping on like them, right?
And then the whole like part of like the building was like pulled off. It looked so fake. And then he punched him and he was like flying across the room and everything. And I'm like, it's because I think I watched too much like UFC that I'm like, this is not like realistic.
And like John Wick.
And John Wick, and it was just weird. And then he hit him with the bat, and then he died.
Yeah.
And then I don't know, like I thought that was kind of ridiculous.
I mean, like the plot is like less than ideal, and then to be honest, I couldn't even find some good reviews about the movie, which is interesting.
What are the reviews come out to?
I think on Rotten Tomatoes it's like whatever, it's like 7 point something on like 10-point scale. I don't know. I don't remember. I'm not sure. I'm not sure if that was an IMDb, but I saw something like that.
So Rotten Tomatoes 83%. That might be from critics.
Yeah.
7.2 and Metacritic.
Yeah, that's what I thought. So, like, to be honest, like the most interesting thing that I've seen is the actor job. What's the name of the short lawyer?
That guy's the best.
That guy is like a really good actor.
Danny DeVito. Yeah, he's so funny.
I enjoy his acting a lot.
Yeah, he's really good. He's super funny. He does comedy and drama is really good.
Yeah, I mean, like the whole movie, if you are, want me to spoil it, it's like a lawyer, a infused town, right? They're just trying to sign people up. And then what's interesting is I want to ask you is that, Matt Damon had his client, right, who contracted leukemia, right? And then the insurance company did not pay. And then, they took it to the court. They were against the big, dirty, greedy lawyers. And then after the case, they won the case, but they didn't pay. And then Matt Damon decided to not become a lawyer anymore, right? Somewhere on those lines.
That was weird.
Yeah, but I do want to talk about this in the movie review. Is the movie was made 20 years ago, right? Yeah. 22 years ago. And the problem of healthcare still exists. And it's not getting any better, to be honest.
Yeah.
So I don't know what's your thoughts on that.
Well, on that, I totally agree. It's ridiculous how the healthcare is in the U.S. If you want to go into that, and it just kind of reflected that they do that now, but at a different level. That was a little bit over dramatic, maybe, that they denied like 80% of the claims in the movie, right? Mm-hmm. But I mean, it's pretty relatable,
Yeah, I mean, like in today's world, if you have a pre-existing condition, then there's no way you are gonna get coverage.
Oh, really?
Yeah, that's just way way it is. Like if you have, some kind of a diabetes, or you're gonna pay a pretty high, premium, like along those lines. So
It's
I don't know.
ridiculous.
I don't know the details about that. But the thing is that that's just the way it is. So.
Yeah. No, I don't like that. So that's why I think it was good how he started out, and he wanted to be like a good lawyer. But the thing I didn't get is like in the beginning of the movie, he worked for this shady law firm, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I thought that was going to be the main plot. And then he's like,
Mm-hmm.
"Oh no, I want to be a good lawyer." But then the guy leaves like a quarter in the movie, and then you don't see him, and then they just open their own firm.
Yeah.
And it's like he has nothing to do with the rest of the movie.
Well. To be honest, like the bad lawyer, what's the guy's name? Trump or something? Trump.
Um,
Trump.
it was like something bad, like
Yeah. Yeah.
bruiser,
Like
right?
it's obvious he's unethical, and I think he was being investigated by the FBI or something. That's why they
Yeah,
decided to like branch off, or else they're gonna get dragged into the whole thing, right?
yeah.
So, I mean, to me, like the plot means more how like Matt Damon came to conscious.
Hmm.
But if he had that conscience, if he's truly desperate, or if he has that conscience, he wouldn't work for the crime lawyer, right?
Exactly. Yeah.
But I guess the whole movie is that he's fighting this internal battle between the demons of being a lawyer and being a good person. I don't know. It's just not a very sophisticated plot, in my opinion. So
It was very sloppy. I think it was a very safe movie. It was kind of predictable, and I think there was too many little stories in the movie.
okay,
Like there was the issue with the girlfriend. There was the
right,
issue with the old lady,
right.
and then the money or something in the beginning,
I
and
see.
then there was like the guy in the beginning, the law firm he used to work for, and then there was the insurance. Like I don't know, it was just like so much going on
Yeah,
that it wasn't like a perfect movie. I didn't like it. It was kind of weird. Looking at it now, you can see a lot of flaws in it as well. Like that
yeah.
fight scene was terrible. Don't ever show me that again. That was so bad, Kevin. It was
The
so like it was funny.
the the transitioning now you mentioned it, I definitely agree that it seems like different little stories are just like weaving through. If that
It
makes
was
sense,
long too. It was a long movie.
it was like an hour and a half,
No, it
roughly.
was 2 hours. It was 2 hours.
It was 2 hours. So
Yeah.
I don't even remember then.
Yeah, I had it took me a while. 2 hours and 15 minutes. That's a long movie.
What makes you follow through with this one? Because you could have just like throw in a towel, say, "Hey, I'm not watching this."
Well, I almost turned it off like I think almost halfway because
Okay.
it was like this is boring.
Why
But then,
didn't you?
huh?
Why didn't you?
Matt Damon, such a
Okay.
good actor. No, such a good actor. And then
Okay.
the dynamic with Danny DeVito was pretty funny that I kept watching because I'm like Matt Damon is like it's good. Like he sells his performances. If
Yeah.
it wasn't for that, like I probably wouldn't have finished it. But um, it was okay.
Yeah. I totally agree.
I don't
Um,
recommend watching it
then why do you force me to watch it?
because that was the part of the deal. Just
That's
watch the
true.
movie.
That's true.
So I gave it a. What are your thoughts on it? Like any final thoughts before
I
the rate?
mean, like my biggest takeaway was the healthcare issue. It still hasn't got solved. Yeah, I remember there were like the big dirty lawyer. What's his name again? Like makes millions a year. And it's like, yeah, like, do we really want to put like insurance in government's hands? Do we really want to do that? And to me, I feel like a bad defensive job. Arguing for the company. What's the name again? Great benefits.
Mhm.
I feel like it's kind of like
Yeah.
a bad argument because hey, like the private insurance, you did not do and that good of a job either. So
Yeah,
so why are you arguing saying that the government health insurance is bad,
exactly.
right? And the same argument still holds true with Bernie Sanders, right? With this COVID-19 situation, like 23 years later, 24 years later, it is still a problem, and people still haven't figured it out yet. So
Yeah, I think it was a good storyline to use the insurance company because that was actually a realistic instead of doing maybe a murder or something else. I haven't really seen the insurance
Yeah.
being done, which is pretty good.
I'm wondering what's the motive behind that, right? Like not the insurance part, but like talking about two lawyers though, or a bunch of lawyers.
Well, I think it was good because it was talking about like the different dynamics. So one of my favorite scenes was when they were in that when he is like in the room and they
Mm-hmm.
just have all the lawyers lined up,
Mm-hmm.
and then like he's telling him like, oh wow, like when did you sell out? How old were you when you sold out or something
Yeah,
like that?
I remember that.
And then
I
that was good.
I think part of the reason that the film was at least interesting is because most people think about lawyer films, like, they think about the good guys,
Yeah,
right? Like I don't recall besides this movie that lawyer is a bad guy or being
yeah,
portrayed as a bad guy, and this movie kind of portraying those fancy suit wearing as a bad guy, right? Like I remember like this, like they did a contrasting really well, like a bunch of lawyers arrive in Mercedes, and then they are wearing like nice trench coat. They are sitting at a crappy yard with chairs and crappy cars, right? So that part definitely stand out in terms of scenery. So
yeah. That was a good shot too. I feel like in the beginning too, when he was like, oh, he has sharks and he's a lawyer, and he made the joke like, oh, like it's kind of funny, like about how I have sharks in the tank because everyone thinks of lawyers as sharks, and I was like, oh, that's pretty interesting.
yeah.
So yeah,
Have you listened to Joe Rogan's podcast with Bill Maher? Bill, like the late night host.
no, I don't think so.
Yeah, so like Google that one after this podcast. Just Google Bill Maher and Joe Rogan.
Uh huh.
They have a clip like the JRE clip, 15 minutes. They
Yeah,
ran about lawyers, like how bad they were,
really.
like the divorce lawyer, and then they were doing the same thing like the lawyer here in like this film is doing too. The lawyer's like, yeah, don't worry about it. Like, like I'm not gonna charge you out for free, but I'm gonna take a chunk of your settlement. And what's happening is if you are a rich guy, you are like divorcing, right? Like you are splitting your half with the wife or your ex-wife, and your chunk, and then they're gonna take a third of it. So
Yeah.
so like by the end, the rich guy who's dealing with divorce lawyers, they are losing like maybe 2/3 of their net worth, not just a half,
Yeah, that's
right?
crazy. It's crazy.
They were ranting about that on the Joe Rogan podcast with Bill Maher. I thought that was a pretty good, interesting listen. So
Yeah, and it makes sense why a lot of famous people aren't married either.
yeah,
Like
why would they marry? Like it doesn't
like
make
Conor
sense.
McGregor, he has 2 kids with the lady he's with, but he's not married. You
Yeah,
know?
why like in what universe like a high net worth individual wants to get married? I just no no universe that they want
Well,
to get
Kevin,
married.
there's the power of love, man. Come on,
Yeah, like
the
just
power of love.
send it paper, like like the like like Joe Rogan was joking on the podcast like, yeah, what, you don't love me anymore, right? Like sign the paper so like I can get half of it. So like the problem is that
Which one
like
speaks louder? Sorry, money or love?
for me,
Yeah,
I mean, I don't like dive in too much about it. I haven't think about it very deeply enough, but to be honest, like getting a piece of paper to make everything quote unquote legit does have the benefit for the society. But for me, there's not much difference. You
well,
know what I mean?
I just do it for taxes mostly.
Yeah, and then once you split out, it seems like a very high risk way to save a couple $1,000 on taxes every year.
Yeah,
Not just me. I mean, what's the difference? Like, if you are happy with this person, you live together, you have children, right? If something happened or you are split up, like that's kind of. I'm not anti-marriage, but I haven't thought that much into it yet. I haven't thought deeply about it. I don't have any thoughtful ideas to give you,
hmm
but I kind of are leaning on the side that, just getting a ring, it doesn't make sense. At
I mean,
least from the
I mean, I'm
financial
on,
situation.
I mean, I'm more like, if you care about the person, then why, what do you need to do that? Maybe it's a cultural thing. Maybe it's a religious thing or something,
It's
or
probably a
maybe,
culture thing. Do
yeah. So I guess
everybody
it
sorry,
depends. I
does
guess
everybody get married in Peru?
no, now it's more different. Now it's more adopting, kind of like how the whole world is. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and then like China, people are still getting married, right? Like, but like, most people are not doing that here in the U.S.,
Hmm.
right? And to be honest, like there's a different argument that you can make from a male perspective and from a female perspective, right? Like there's no downside to a female have something more like concrete, because they're, I don't want to say dependent on male, because that would be like big, like a guy rules everything one, but
Uh-huh.
they're they need that protection. That makes sense. But we are guys, and we are wired to think this way, right? So
Yeah.
anyway,
Yeah.
are you gonna put a ring on Rose, if you don't mind me ask, if that's too personal?
I don't
Is she
know.
listening?
She's here. Yeah. I don't know. I see. I think, like, again, like, if you love the person, then if the person wants to, yeah, it should be like a mutual decision. But like, if not, then why not just be boyfriend and girlfriend? I think there's a big purpose with like taxes, and maybe my perspective is going to change later on. But I don't know. I haven't really like kind of thought about it like that much. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
For me, it's
like,
not a deal
but
breaker right now.
yeah. So if you're getting married for tax reasons, then I feel like that person was kind of like shooting themselves in the foot by contradicting themselves,
Yeah.
right? Sign the paper so you love me.
Yeah.
Well, we are doing it for tax reasons, so why are you signing the paper?
Yeah.
Anyway, right? So it depends. I think it's more about finding the person that you drive the most, that share the same view with you, and then it shouldn't be a problem anyway.
Yeah.
So
No, I agree with that.
I thought we're talking about a movie, but we're
I
talking
know.
about.
We went on a rant a little bit about
All right,
marriage
cool.
and stuff. That's good. I mean, that's what the movie makes you think about, right?
Yeah, like last question, like away from the movie, how do you want to do this movie club next? Like, do you want to have like veto power? Do you want to
I don't know.
pick something that we have to watch it, but we don't have to finish it? Like, how do you want to do this?
I don't know,
Because like,
because if the movie's that bad, I don't want to finish a bad like 3 hour movie, right?
yeah, like, well, I guess a better question is, who decides a movie is good?
I mean, if we're both picking, I feel like we should go through with it, even if it's bad, because we're both agreeing on it, right?
Yeah. That's true. But should we go through the whole thing, or should we watch a half of it like you did, and it's like, yeah, I gave up. Here's why.
Maybe
Rose,
we.
what
I
what
don't
do you
know. I
think?
feel like we could try that.
Huh?
Rose.
Is she getting ticked? Is she getting ticked off by the marriage conversation? Sorry.
Oh, no. We always like have the conversation like every other week,
Yeah.
to be honest.
Ooh,
So it's
okay.
like whatever to us.
You guys are doing a
But
deep philosophical conversation now. Good, awesome.
well,
Yeah.
I do think it's like a big thing for us just because we're hitting that 3-year mark.
3 years? Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
They're thinking 3 months.
Congratulations.
No.
Huh?
Thing.
No.
May, June.
June.
Yeah. So 2 months.
2 months.
All right.
Yeah.
Cool. Are you guys gonna do a Zoom anniversary thing?
We'll do
well,
something,
the fact that
but
we're like
probably
here, we live together. I mean, I think personally anniversaries just have to do with like just us. It's like just more of like a celebration between us, whether that be cooking for each other. I mean, in this case, it has to just be something
It'll be like indoors and stuff. So
Okay.
like less gift oriented, more just like kind of like
Hang
home
out.
base oriented.
mm-hmm.
Sorry.
Because
movie
not
club.
necessarily you have to like give the person.
Movie club. Sorry.
Well, yeah. So we'll figure it out. But so in terms of the movie, like, do you think, Rose, if we agree upon a movie, should we go through all the way, or if the movie sucks, should we stop halfway?
I think there should be a mutualness. So if like, I mean, you guys need to come up with some kind of thing. If one person feels like it's not very good,
let me put it in a perspective, right? So let's say the new Mulan movie is like coming out, right? Okay, cool. Jofre is like, oh yeah, like it's just a Chinese movie. Like I already watched cartoons, and I'm gonna give it up halfway. And then I'm be like, oh no, like from my perspective, they are doing this and this and this. So is it good to have a conversation where Jofre watch half of it and tell me the reason why he quit it, and then me watch the whole movie and telling him what he missed or what kind of a perspective that they're.
I mean,
so I would watch Mulan. I want to see it. It looks good.
So in that case scenario, I do think both need to completely watch it, even if it's like not like the best movie, because that in that way you can give your full critiqueness on the movie.
Yeah, I think we need to just finish it.
I agree. Okay. Even if it's not the best, but that's the only suggestion.
But I think we need to pick something we actually want to watch, both of us, not something that someone recommended. If the recommendation is good, let's try it. But I feel like we need to, like, if you want me to watch a documentary, I'll watch a documentary.
So is it going to be like something that we both haven't watched yet? Because that's why this conversation is heading this way. Because let's say, you know, like what's the movie that we first watched? Inception, right? Yeah. You've seen it multiple times. I've seen it once, so I'm okay rewatching it because it's a good movie. Then we can talk about it, right? So how do you want to do that part of the situation?
I honestly don't mind if we haven't seen it. I don't mind if we have seen it. I don't even mind rewatching as well. So I don't think it matters too much. But yeah, I really want to see Memento. I haven't seen that.
Is it on Amazon? Is it on? Do you have to rent it?
I think you have to rent it. Yeah, but I mean, I want to hear from you too.
I heard good things about it. Okay, how about this? Let's do a viewing party. One person rent it, and we watch it on Zoom together.
Together? Can we do that though?
Okay. Try this, or I can do this, or you can do this. Go to YouTube or something. Share your screen. Go to YouTube and play something. See if we can watch the situation together.
Yeah, you'll have to rent it. I think it's $2.99.
Yeah, that's fine. But like, do you want to do it, or I can do it? We can share the screen. I can.
You share your screen. You got faster internet.
Good. Thank you for mentioning that.
Well, it's true. You got like 2,000 megabits.
That's not true, everybody. So I'm sharing my screen. Okay. So if I go to YouTube, okay, let's watch Sopranos because I'm watching that. Okay.
Who you are?
Can you see my screen?
Yeah.
It's playing. Can you see it?
I can see it.
Can you hear anything?
No.
Yeah, that might be the problem because you probably cannot hear anything.
And it's a little lag too. It's a little slow.
Yeah, probably we'll just watch it separately then.
Yeah, I think and also we have different times, and I think scheduling a time is really hard because if we barely have time to record like an hour, do you think we can do a 2 hour?
Probably
and then do
not.
A 30-minute, you know?
That's a good point. Okay, we'll just watch it separately then.
I usually watch during work, you know?
Don't say it on the podcast. People are going to think you're a bad worker.
Well, no, I mean, my work does. I listen to podcasts here. I'm pretty sure a lot of people do. They just put in, but they still watch it. Like I'm still doing my work and watching.
Yeah, that's fine. Cool.
Because I got 2 eyes. So one eye goes here and the other guy goes here.
It doesn't work that way, my friend.
Yeah.
Anyway,
I mean,
cool.
what do you think? What would you like to do?
That's fine. We can do Mementos because you haven't seen it and I haven't seen it, right? It's a Nolan movie, right?
Huh?
It's a Christopher Nolan Mementos. Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. So we're assigning this end of the weekend. We're going to talk about it sometime next week.
Yeah.
All right. Done. No
Cool.
problem.
Oh, and what'd you give Rainmaker in rating?
Out of 10,
Yeah.
6.
Same here. 6 out of 10.
Yeah.
I
Roughly.
don't recommend people to watch it because it's old, and I think there's better movies. And it's like a super simple, shot super simple.
Yeah.
Nothing groundbreaking, I feel like.
Yeah, that's true. Nothing really thought provoking. So.
Yeah, it's kind of simple, kind of straightforward plot. I feel like you can kind of see that on like Criminal Minds or something in an hour or something.
Pretty much.
You know? Cool.
Cool. All right. Anything else?
No, that's everything.
Good. All right. Second edition of Movie Club. Next time we're going to watch Mementos by Christopher Nolan. I've never seen it. I've never heard it. I heard good things, but I don't know the plot, so I have zero expectations. So there you go.
Yeah. Same here. I've heard a lot of good stuff. They're like, Memento, watch Memento or something like that.
Cool. Let's do it.
All right, cool.
All right. Anything else?
No, that's everything. This is Jofre signing
Perfect.
off.
Kevin's signing off. Have a nice day, guys.